Hi guys and girls, welcome to your face reading channel. This is Nitesh and today I am back with an interesting video on Katrina Kaif. We are going to analyze her facial features, what personality quality it indicates of her. In the end of the video, we are going to also discuss some of the partners feature, Vicky Kaushal's feature, who is the spouse of Katrina Kaif, and we'll look them together and see some of the qualities that they spark out. This is of course an educational video and I'm not going to go very in depth, but if you possess these traits on your face or on your partner's face, it can significantly tell about the gifts and challenges that you possess, right? So let us deep dive into this video. Thank you to Katrina Kaif's Instagram handle and thank you to her for maybe invisibly giving us this permission to understand face reading through her face, right? So I'll be starting out with her facial features first, and the very first thing which I want you to see on her face is if you look at her face and kind of see the left half of the face by dividing the face vertically from the hairline to the bottom of the chin. If you observe the eye opening vertically, that is on the left versus the right, it's a significant difference, right? Here also, if you see, the eye opening on the left is little narrow versus on the right, it's a little more that you could see. Here also, on this particular picture, if you see, the eye opening or the eyelid covering is kind of going from above, right? Let me just zoom in this particular picture for better understanding. So if you observe, the eyelids are covering significant part of the black here, whereas on the right it is slight more open. And this is one of those traits which you have been observing if you have been seeing this channel for a long time, that left half and right half throws different picture with respect to how you are in private life and how you are in public life. So your left part of the face is feelings centric, it reflects your inner world, and your right part of the face reflects your outer world. By the symmetrical functioning of the brain, your left half of the brain governs the right part of the body, and your right half of the brain governs the left half of the body. And left brain has functions of logic, has functions of being practical. Your right brain has functions of feelings, intuition, creativity. So all your feelings, all your personal stuff are marked on the left part of the face. So if you are observing that the eye opening, which is significantly less on the left part of the face, this can very much indicate that with respect to her being open in private life, she may take time to trust, because there is this eyelid covering on the left part, which can mean that with respect to trusting people, she may take her own time. She may appear a lot more open because in the right part of the eye you could see the iris opening, the blacks are visible more, but in the left part she's a little more cautious with respect to whom she wants to keep in life. This can also be driven by the fact that she was actually she actually has seen a divorce very early of her mother and father, and that could also significantly influence how she has become cautious at a very early part of her life. And that could also indicate that trusting people, being cautious, is something which kind of has ingrained as a life experience of her at a very early stage. And this you can see with respect to the eye opening. And eyes is a function of receptivity, which means how much you want to take in and how much you want to give out. So from the left front, it's a little less opening. It can indicate that privately she may be a lot more scrutinizing. She may have trust issues, and she may feel that unless there is absolute certainty, she won't be going for it. So here also, if you see the eye opening, the blacks are less visible. In the right, it's a lot more open, which means she can appear a lot more open publicly, but inside she's a lot more, uh, I would say, cautious with respect to what she does, or wants to keep people whom she wants to be close with. Right, that is one of the features. I have written down the features that I want to discuss in the notebook so that I don't forget. And along with that, if you see uh, her face as a whole, her face is a lot of soft padding, right? Cheek padding you could visibly see. And in face reading terms, these are called as plains and valleys in the face. So plains and valleys are fertile regions of the face that adds on to the aspect of abundance, that adds on to the aspect of wealth reservoirs. It also adds on to the aspect of when you are going to be potentially ill, it adds on to you that you'll be able to recover better. So that is something which padding adds. Padding adds a sense of comfort into your life. And if you observe the other part, which is an earth region that enhances earth, her upper lip and lower lip are quite full in nature, especially the upper lip. And when upper lip is quite full, as you could see here, it can indicate a strong feminine energy, meaning her emotional expression could be intense. She can be dramatic at times, and it also indicates that aspects related to glamour are something that comes naturally to her because she can be emotionally pretty expressive in that. Also, she has a business called K by Katrina, which is like a skincare business or a makeup sort of a business that enhances you on the physical level, which goes with her inner design because she feels very strongly about the sense of personal emotion and emotional expression. Because there is a lot of padding in the face, it indicates how much she can be feelings driven with respect to how she sees things. And the business part of it, as you could see, there is aspect of her being cautious, and there is also aspect of her being practical. And why I'm saying that is because if you look at her this zone, if you draw a line just at the top of the eyebrow, this region, and on the nose bottom on this region, just imagine the line. I'm not able to draw on the screen here, so you have to draw a line here, a horizontal line here, just at the top of the eyebrow and the bottom of the nose tip. So your face will be divided in three regions. First region is this particular region. Second region is this, and third region is below the nose tip. So you have to observe which particular region is long enough. And in her case, this middle zone that is in between the eyebrow and just below the nose tip, this region kind of is striking out as a long region, which can indicate her sense of being quite practical with respect to the decision making part of things. Your first region, that is the T1 region, indicates how much a person is thinking oriented. Second region, which is this region, indicate how much a person can be practical. Third region indicate about a person's sense of strong instinctual or the emotionally driven self. So in her case, it's more the practical sense that kind of drives out, which of course helps her in business. Of course, if you see, the eyebrows are quite thickish in nature, which adds that sense of strong intensity and determination that she possesses to actually make things interesting and make things happen. Also, if you observe the aspect of inner canthus, which is the inner corner of the eyes, the inner canthus are sharp, which can indicate that the fire presence is there, and especially at the time of verbal communication, especially during the time of rage, she can be quite sharp with her choice of words. That is something which can be indicated by that. And the nostrils are not wide enough. It's a small or narrow to average nostrils, which can indicate she is very conservative with respect to where she wants to invest her energy and money, which of course adds on to the aspect of her being quite business centric or being cautious with respect to where she puts her emotions and energy into. Along with that, if you observe her mouth ends, this is the upward turning mouth, right? You could see the corners of the mouth are kind of turning upwards, which can indicate a optimistic self. It can indicate that she wants to see positive in things, which is a very good thing to have. If you have lines which kind of goes down, it can indicate a sense of resentment, a sense of you having experienced life in a bad form and kind of keeping that with yourself in a bad form. And that's something which indicates that you have to make changes into your lifestyle to see the rosy picture of how things can be, or at least be realistic with respect to how things are at present moment. Of course, we all go through certain sets of sufferings in our life, which can of course be indicated on the face, but it's important that we learn from, let's say, Katrina Kaif, and see the optimistic vision or optimistic view of how things can be, because that is one of those traits which kind of strikes out pretty well on her face. So yeah, this is the thing. And if you observe her philtrum, that is this particular region, it's quite strong, it's deep, the well is deep. So philtrum is this region, the strong chiseled groove that you see in between the nose and the upper lip. That is one of the strongest animalistic, magnetic, charming trait that a person carries, especially in a lot of celebrities. You will see this. It enhances the aspect of creativity and a kind of sensual attraction that a person possesses. And quite a lot of face readers in their book have mentioned this aspect as one of the most magnetic areas in the face. And yeah, these are the things. And if I look quickly at the face together of the couple, uh, very quickly, if you see Vicky Kaushal's eyebrow intensity is not as thick, it's a little on the thinnest side, which indicates the aspect of fire presence on his face. The eyes in itself indicates a lot of fire energy, which means emotions are something which drives him, which is of course the add-on aspect of sharing in and giving in feelings to the partner. That is the Katrina Kaif here. Of course, with Katrina seeing difficulties in her early childhood with respect to their parents getting divorced, that aspect of trusting people easily doesn't come to her naturally. But with fire presence on Vicky Kaushal's face, it adds on to the aspect of him being feeling centric. Although in this particular picture, I could see him being quite intense, which is kind of also a fire trait where you can be a chameleon and you can do things basis on the roles that are given to you. But yes, he's a lot more emotional centric, a lot more open in many terms, and she's a lot more cautious in many terms, which kind of mingles things up and thereby add on to the aspect of connection. He also has a strong nose, which adds on to the aspect of metal energy, which means his needs of standing out is quite high, and that's why he's also one of the wonderful actors. The eyebrow sets are kind of closer itself, as you could see, which adds on to the aspect of him being quite focused in what he wants to do and where he wants to go. Also, his chin area is quite outside, which adds on to the aspect of him being stubborn with respect to what he stands by, which of course is one of the exceptional qualities that you'll see in a lot of faces. So if you have a strong chin that kind of protrudes, it adds on to the aspect of one's strength in character and willpower. So this is pretty much it for this particular video. Do let me know in the comment section, how did you find this video? I enjoyed making it really, and I hope you do it too. Give it a thumbs up if you feel this video was helpful, and share it with your friends whom you feel it can help. Bye for now, take care, have an amazing day ahead.